Good afternoon. This is Yannis Pappas with news. Today, there's been another police shooting as there was yesterday, and tomorrow I'd like to report there will be another school shooting, there will be another police shooting, there will be another suicide. There will be shootings. COVID has gone up. There is Russian subterfuge in your asshole, and the Chinese have bought up all of New York, which is creating a bubble that is mysteriously and miraculously keeping real estate afloat and going up in New York City. Nobody can understand it because everyone who's making $1 million or less to $400,000 is fleeing New York City for what is being called what's left of America in Florida, where Andrew Schultz has made a country song, and Jake Paul is boxing. So whatever you train to do not do it. Do something else. You are an influencer now. Lex Friedman, I enjoyed your podcast, but you are an MIT scientist, but apparently now you're Rush Limbaugh. You are a broadcaster. Joe Rogan is a MMA specialist, jiu-jitsu guy, former karate champion, comedian, but now he interviews presidential candidates and intellectuals. He is the only news that we listen to. So, and Dr. Fauci, apparently now he is a virus czar who is issuing edicts on when we should go outside, which in Florida I recommend never. Please, I'm rooting for Corona. The safest thing that could happen for Floridians is Corona goes up, people get sick, they stay inside. Yes, there will be more cases of Corona, but there will be less alligator deaths, bath salt deaths, meth deaths, and choking on Cuban cachapas.
Yannis Pappas. Yeah. When you all tucked up in the day been long, and the news online going on and on, what's right and wrong, and it's something up. Now here comes a great kid you know you can trust. From the true who's who, to the news and cameras, to the fake politics and the propaganda. Get this kid screwed in, got a lot to say. Oh shit, it's about to be a long day. It's a long day. It's a long day coming.
Actually, they're Venezuelan cachapas on fucking net. I put myself on fucking notice for not knowing a difference in cuisines, or in Spanish they would call it el Cucinos, because this is in France. This is el Cucinos. So cachapas are Venezuelan. They're made out of cheese, corn and cheese. It's all cheese. It's I think one of the ingredients is called high cholesterol. So if you're Venezuelan, you're just going to be if you're a Venezuelan pitcher, okay? You're going to be, what was his name? The famous one.
Venezuelan?
Yeah, and he used to pitch like that. You know? The fat Venezuelan pitcher. God damn it. Having pre-Alzheimer's, like some people are going to be studying, go to med school, but they're doing pre-med. I will have Alzheimer's, but now I have pre-Alzheimer's. So I'm studying to have Alzheimer's. What is his name? No, the fat one.
Bartolo Colon.
No, he's not Venezuelan. Is he Venezuelan? Because he's fat.
He's fat.
Yeah, so he's got to be Venezuelan. But the one we grew up on, on the Dodgers, the fat one, the famous Venezuelan. God damn it, we're taking too much time on this.
Bartolo Colon.
No, the 80s. Somebody tell me. Who was it? Valenzuela. Fernando Valenzuela from Venezuela. He was a fat kid. Because his grandma just gave him cachapas. That's what they ate. Fernando Valenzuela, that's who I'm talking about. That's who I was thinking about. He pitched and he looked at the sky and then he threw strikes. And I don't know how he did it because he was built like Santa Claus. It's the only sport where you could have the body build of Santa Claus and be considered an athlete. John Kruk looked like he should be a truck driver. He didn't look like he was a professional athlete. It's really the only sport besides golf where you can roll out there with a belt that's the only thing that's keeping you from getting suspenders is you got a little bit of an ass. Because if your ass goes flat, that belt's not going to work and you're going to need suspenders like fucking Leatherface. I just spent a week in Texas. You would think Texas is more Texas. There's no two states that get stereotyped more. One ball Kruk. He's got one nut. Thank you. He's got one nut, by the way. So does Tom Green, only one nut. So when he busts a nut, it's half a load. Imagine that. Imagine that, having half a load. That's like when you want your coffee. It's like, how much milk do you want? And it's like, look, dude, I can only give you half because I only got half a carton left. So Texas, I always thought when you go to Texas, I just spent a whole week in Texas. So I went from Texas, I went from absolute freedom, like the founding fathers intended, and then I went to Los Angeles, which is the capital of being put on fucking noodles. So I went from a capitalist to a communist country. I went from take that fucking face diaper off, boy, to excuse me. I guess we don't care about people, which is what happened to me. And I said, I'm vaccinated. And he goes, I'm vaccinated too. So I go, what the fuck are we talking about, guy? There's no people on. I'm walking on an empty sidewalk. You got out of a car. He stepped into my space. And he goes, I wasn't wearing a mask. Okay? And then he says that to me. And then I go, I'm vaccinated. He goes, so am I. And I go, so what are we talking about, guy? I mean, is this ever going to end? Is it ever going to end? Fauci, Texas is going down. They opened up full throttle. I went to the Rangers opener game. And let me tell you something. I think we should continue to social distance. We should continue to wear masks. Obviously, COVID is a real thing. We want to get everyone vaccinated and then have an official release date. There should be an official release date, like a Beyonce album. Fauci needs to say, okay, on this date, we are dropping the masks and the mixtapes come later, okay? There should be a countrywide date, no more of this county by county, city by city shit. Are we one country or are we just a united countries? I believe in you, America. Alexander Hamilton, you are a Federalist. I believe in your side. Thomas Jefferson was states' rights. I believe in federal rights. We're one country. Don't let the state succeed. Kill those slave owners. Rah, rah, rah. Team West Virginia. They left Virginia to fight with the Union. Union soldiers. Abraham Lincoln. Yeah. Frederick Douglass. Team Fred Douglass. Don't let the state succeed. Don't let Texas be right. Let Florida die. No, Florida is our balls, and they need to be full of COVID-19. COVID-19, the only thing keeping Floridians safe from themselves. If you're a Floridian, you got a much higher chance of dying just from stupidity than COVID. COVID will at least keep you in your house and not behind the wheel. So let's contain COVID to Florida. God, I fucking shit on Florida every episode. It's one of my favorite things to do. But Texas, the left tries to sell you that Texas is like this backwards place. But now you see all these businesses fleeing to Texas. They're fleeing to Texas for the tax breaks because guess what, children? Human nature, okay? I know you're liberal. You want me to explain to you why you're liberal? Because your parents let you live in their house. And when taxes come, you go on TurboTax because your taxes are very simple. You don't have to have the burden of paying a lot. Your taxes are like 13%, and your benefits are like costing everybody else a lot of money. So of course you vote for the left. Everyone votes for their own interest. Once you get successful and get yourself some employees, I guarantee you're going to sit down with your probably Jewish accountant, okay? I'm just saying, the chances that your accountant is not Jewish are what? Multiple choice, 1%, 13%, or 7%. Those are the only three options. Majority, yes. You're going to sit down with him, and you are going to figure out how to lie about what you're going to, this dinner, that was MTV. Me and Jesse used to go, when we were filing our taxes, we'd go eat burgers and look at a hooker and go, you know what? MTV. We'd write MTV on the back of the receipt because we said the word MTV. So we'd tell our accountant this was an MTV meeting where we brainstormed. We brainstormed ideas because you got to get corporate write-offs.
We were doing research.
We were doing research on titties. Comment roulette. My account is Jewish. Ask Spittler 32. Make no mistake, you need to be walked up to Poughkeepsie and put down. Yes, I do. Now, Texas is not what you think. You think you get there, you're going to see Leatherface just going, and he's going to be chasing you with a chainsaw. You think that Matthew McConaughey is going to meet you at the airport and pick you up in a Lincoln and go, all right. I vote Republican, and I've been keeping it to myself for 30 years. I prefer to live in Austin. But he doesn't pick you up. You expect to get picked up at the airport in a pickup truck, which is all you see down there in Texas. Dodge Chargers and pickup truck. Some guy's going to pick you up and be like, get in, libtard. And he's just going to drag you to his hotel, which is going to be his farm in some small Troy, Texas area. And your ride will be on the end of a noose where they tie your foot and drag you with a truck going, liberal free. But that doesn't happen either. You figure you're going to get to the airport and they're going to play the Texas national anthem, which, by the way, at a Texas Rangers game, okay, they play the Texas national anthem. I don't even think they played the national anthem, okay? Texas is to America what Quebec is to Canada. They want no part of it. Texas wants out. When you tell Texas they are affiliated with New York, they go, bleh! They want to build a wall between California and Texas because it is an invasion of liberals. It's raining libs. Hallelujah, it's raining libs. Hi, I'm from California. Before you hand me this barbecue sandwich, I would like to know, is this me eco-leave ground? Is this me eco-friendly? Did you do this? Was the farm animals treated ethically? Do you contribute to the matriarchy of the patriarchy? Elon Musk doesn't treat his factory workers right. We're here from California. Listen to my Tesla not roar. And then the Texas guy goes, get him out. Get him out. Get him out. Get out of my, don't be bringing your liberal values down here. I'm going to church tomorrow. You understand? You goddamn genderless witch. We got genders down here, goddamn it. You understand? This is Tejas. We go to Buc-ee's. Now, if you don't know anything about Buc-ee's, Buc-ee's is Texas in a store. I can smell the fumes from here, says Windy City. Uh-oh, we got to talk about Chicago. Thank you for reminding me, Windy City. Another shooting in Chicago. That's like saying there was another candle lit at the Greek Orthodox Church. It's going to happen. But this time it was El Policía who shot a 13-year-old. Now, when you shoot a kid that's young who's unarmed, is there some sort of analogy to a pedophile we can use? Like, when it's got to be even extra illegal to shoot a kid. Are you like a pedophile? Like a gun violence pedophile when you shoot a young kid? We will get into that because it's comedy. I mean, I can't wait. We'll close with that because it's the funniest story. America is opening up because shootings are going up and corona's going down. You can see it. It's like a seesaw. We were inside. This is the only time we could stop Americans from bucking each other with their fucking gats is if there was a global pandemic, which coincidentally is the only thing that made Soul Joel's Comedy Club the #1 comedy club in the country. So, which I prefer. I would want to perform outside of a train station outside in 0-degree weather in the middle of Royersford, PA. I want Royersford, PA to be the new Hollywood. Joel, make it happen. I want to pause my set. I want to have to do an intermission because the train's coming by. So the only thing that's going to keep gun homicides down is COVID. So now that we're losing COVID, gun violence on the rise. 100 live viewers. What's the dollars? Yeah, I don't know if you said that. Yeah, it always gets down. Who's going to sit here and watch me against a green screen when I'm not even looking at you? Hopefully we don't release Shinsuke. I don't know what that means. Soul Joel on a roll, yo. He is. My brother, Soul Joe. And this is, he hustled to get to that point. Soul Joel, keep going. Don't stop. This is how places become hot. Like that's what I love about people who do their own thing. It's like, people used to joke, you're doing Soul Joels or whatever, and then they were begging to do Soul Joels when they're a pandemic because you're a full of shit human being who's got no loyalty or values. Joel, I did every fucking addict show you did. I did a show at your grandmother's funeral. I did a show at your aunt's wedding. I did a show with you outside of Pittsburgh that only had your grandfather at it. Now, granted, you paid me. You paid me my $100. I demanded it. You lost money all the time, and I made money, and then I lost it on the drive home because I paid for your gas. But we had a good time. Mad Dog's too sensitive. Soul Joe's the greatest. And but that's how things happen. Then the next thing you know, Royersford, PA becomes the comedy capital of the world. And people go, how did that happen? You go, well, A dude ate a bat. Next thing you know, people are dead. Next thing you know, Soul Joel's king of the world. Because that's a real story. How did a guy named Soul Joel, who went from doing a show at the Robin's Nest, where they would pull a curtain in a diner and go, and Joel would get up there and bobble his words because his heart was racing too fast because he saw a cougar in the audience he liked. The only guy you didn't want to introduce to your grandmother because he might fuck her. It's comedy, guys. It's comedy. Soul Joel sucks Tomos. What are you saying? Move to Texas and buy a gun to celebrate. So I did the Drinking Bros podcast in Texas. Great dudes. I enjoyed it. It was the only time I did a podcast where there was a loaded gun on the table when I did it. Okay, that's how Texas is.
What kind of gun?
Dude, I don't know. I'm from New York. Okay? Yeah, I was just like, oh, is that a gun? It looked like a banana or a gun. I'm like, I'm from New York. What is that? What is that? Hands up. What do? Don't shoot. I don't know what you're doing. Is that a gun? What does a gun look like? We don't know what guns look like. We just know that they're evil. Guns are bad. Okay? Hitler and guns. Same fucking thing. Get rid of guns, Chelsea Handler. Do it. You start. Let's start, Chelsea Handler. Let's get rid of your guards' arms first. Chelsea, the people who protect your home, can we take their guns first? So Texas was fun. And there was just a loaded gun on the table. You get used to it. In Texas, you get used to it. But I tell you what, we got another hot American summer coming. We're kicking it off with good weather, a couple of shootings, and AOC and Marjorie Taylor Green maybe having a fucking mud wrestling match about the Green New Deal. She has challenged AOC, Marjorie Taylor Green, my favorite crossfitting congresswoman. Did you see her crossfitting? Yeah, when she was pulling herself up. Google that. She was pulling herself up. It looks like she was being electrocuted by a car cigarette lighter. You remember the car cigarette lighters from the 80s? She's like, get her in. I think when she was doing it, she had the Dixie Chicks in her headphones, but she just calls them the Chicks. And pull up the video of Margaret Taylor Jones, or whatever her name is, who, by the way, is the only, besides me, I think she might be the only America whose eyes are closer together than me. By the way, me and John Stamos are becoming friends, and that is hilarious.
Really?
Because we walk down the streets, I look like him, but if he got hit in the face with a hammer, and he's got his face reconstructed. Guns don't kill people, cops kill people. That's funny. There she is. Yeah, she has challenged AOC to a debate over the Green New Deal. Now, I normally would love to hear debates between, great thinkers of the day, maybe scientists, but wouldn't you love to hear these two towering intellectuals, one a Boston University undergrad educated bartender versus a swamp creature who crawled out of some fucking Arkansas swamp, some woman who escaped from Jason Voorhees' death grip and went to church to be reborn and graduated from fucking high school where I dated a college football player named Blaine. And Blaine always left his boots under my mama's bed because he was fucking her too. We auditioned for Jerry Springer, but Jerry never got back to us. That would be a hell of a debate. I can't wait till that happens. The Rich Greek in the house, Malaga. This is amazing with Stamos here. Is Stamos in here? John Stamos. Did John Stamos teach you how to walk like a cool guy from San Francisco? John Stamos may be in the chat right now. He follows me on the gram. Yo, Stamos, we grabbing coffee, son. We grabbing coffee, okay? I'm going to walk around. You're going to just pretend. You're going to protect me like I'm your special needs brother. Like I walk around with my real brother. You walk around and be like, I'm sorry, he picks his nose in public. That's just his thing. Don't worry. It doesn't mean anything. He's staring at you, but he don't mean anything by it. Yannis, you angle the phone above your head, you might get the hyenas back together. Yeah, because I'm a cutie. Fucking let's go Rangers. Look at this hat right here. So I went to the Texas Rangers opener full throttle. 100% capacity. Sold out. They played the Texas national anthem. Nobody was wearing a mask, even though they told people to. And here's some of the stupid rules of COVID. It's starting to get a little stupid. We were on the escalator, and one of the ushers goes, we start walking up the escalator. Nobody's on the escalator. She goes, no walking on the escalator. I go, what? She goes, yo, COVID rules. You got to stand in your place and 6 feet apart. I go, we are 100 feet apart. We're 1,000,000 feet apart from, we're still here because we're drinking in the basement lounge because it was free fucking Trulies. Okay? I drove my fucking buddy. I drove his Porsche back from Arlington. I drove 120. Fuck you, MPD. I was about to call them NYPD because I don't know what they're called in Texas. Dude, they don't like anything regulated in Texas. I almost felt self-conscious about having glasses on. They were like, man, take those fucking Democrat liberal glasses off, man. Let your eyes be unregulated, dog. This is Texas. Let your eyes be free, man. Get in the car and drive, brother. You want to get that regulation off your face, my friend. This is Texas. We're unregulated. Unfucking regulated. Get them glasses off. Yeah, I felt guilty about having glasses on. I was like, is this liberal? They're like, yeah, I could tell you were liberal because you were wearing octagles. So I drove his Porsche back. Shout out Mr. Pappas.
Who's this?
He's just a guy I'm becoming good friends with down in Texas. He took me to the Rangers game. He's like the fucking mayor of Austin. Everybody knows him. He took me all the great spots. Thank you. I appreciate it. And it was just great. We went to a bunch of spots. We got some great pizza at Doughboy, which is good. And we went to was it Nixta for tacos. You ever drive behind a Porsche? Oh man, I think it could turn a gay man straight. I think a Porsche, if you get behind the wheel of a Porsche, you go to my followers on Instagram. I think it could turn you straight. If you're behind the wheel of a Porsche, I think you could put Richard Simmons behind a Porsche and he would get out going, yo man, that made my dick fucking hard. Yo, that Porsche was hard. It was good. So it was a good time. We went to the Rangers game, sat down low, and the Rangers got smoked. They got killed, but it was fun. And then got a little barbecue with Joe Rogan. He's opening the club, and I'm excited about that. And you know what? If anyone asks, I live in Austin. Okay? I live in Austin. Who knows? I'm a comedian. I can live anywhere. Okay? I could live anywhere. I could say I live in Austin and I'm sleeping at a fan's house in the basement. It's an Airbnb. I got an apartment. In Austin. I live in Austin. I'm an Austin guy. Okay? And if I make any more money, I'm definitely moving to Austin because this 14% tax hike is even going to keep John Stamos out of New York. John Stamos is about to leave Los Angeles because he's got a show coming out right now on Disney, I think. And yeah, dude, you might want to wait to get coffee with me till after your show goes off the air because you don't want it showing up on Reddit that you're hanging out with me because I'm not squeaky clean. I got what you call an AOC record. I have committed crimes. I've said things, Mr. Stamos. I've said things in jest. I've been put on fucking notice for saying some of the things. You don't want to be fucking seen by me. I know you just did Howard Stern. Johnny, Yanni. We have the same name, Yanni. Posise. We're Greeks. We're both Greek. How hot is Maria Menounos? I wanna. You know how Walt Disney preserved his head for? I don't know why. We don't need him. We got better animators now. I'm sorry. Okay, we got better Jew haters. We don't need you anymore.
He wants to come back.
He wants to come back. He misses hating Jews. That's why he's like, just bring me back because the only thing I'm gonna miss about being dead is hating Jews. We don't even know if it's proven he was a Jew hater, but he got the rep. Who cares? It's 2021. I'm a white supremacist. Why not? Okay. I identify as African American. Okay, and I'm also a Chinese, communist, Taiwanese, Indian Thai boxer. Why the hell not? But yeah, Howard Stern is like super squeaky clean now. He's like judging. He's going, you are talented. Before he used to go, hey, guy with the squeezed little tiny head. Hey, the guy who's officially legally retarded. Let's make fun of you for 4 hours. Do you have some sort of physical disability? Well, come on the Howard Stern show where we will laugh at you for 4 hours every morning. And now he's like, guys, this is wrong. Society is wrong. Be nice to people. I mean, people are, that's why you got to love guys like Johnny Stamos. He doesn't say shit. He's not out there telling people to do anything. He's just walking around with a hot face. He's not saying do as I do. He's saying fucking get plastic surgery and try to look like this. You can't even, you know what I'm saying? It's like, like, look at that. He has a face like Jesus Christ. He's a Jesus. I mean, look at Howard Stern. They look like they're from different planets. One looks like a perfect human being. The other one looks like he should be in the movie with the blue people. What was that called? Avatar? Does he look like one of the, like you paint that fucking thing blue?
He does.
And look at John Stamos, dude. John Stamos,
Like a statue.
any husband would be honored to let him bang their wife. If Johnny Stamos came in and crossed up his legs wearing jeans and some fucking nice boot shoes, drinking a latte with a little rope chain around his wrist, because there's no way John Stamos doesn't walk around with a little leather joint right here with a little button here. You know what I'm talking about? One of those leather joints. He got one of the leather joints in his wrist. He doesn't come down. He's got pearly white fucking teeth, even though he drinks coffee every day because he's Greek. So we drink coffee like people, you know, like Floridians do bath salts every day. But you know what I mean? Look at that kid. Look at that kid.
It's unfair.
It's unfair, dude. Look at him next to David Bowie. David Bowie looks like Brother School. I mean, he makes David Bowie look. I mean, look at what he did. When the thing with you can never hang out with a guy like John Stamos. Okay, you know the trick. You got to if you're like a middle of the road, good looking person, you got to hang out with uglier people. That's the old bridesmaid's dress. That's what girls do at the wedding. Their dress makes them look like a fucking doily, right? Just a big white shining princess. Oh my God, it's Queen Victoria in Long Island for 4 hours. And then all of her bridesmaids are just dressed in some sort of peach shit color schmear. It's like a shit color schmear dress. They get the dress because they want all the bridesmaids to blend into the wall when the photos are taken. He's like, yeah, just give me 4 of those shit colored dresses. I really want those bitches to blend into the bricks behind us. Something that makes me pop and those bitches disappear. So that's why you can never really walk. Look at Johnny. Now here's this photo's a lie. John, by the way, I just saw somebody said Stamos was in the chat. So he's going to be part of this episode. John, don't worry. My fan base doesn't watch Disney shows. So you'll be fine. The great John Stamos, legendary John Stamos. I even said on one of the, I think on the Drinking Bros podcast, they asked me if I had to save one Greek. I was originally going to go Manolis Zantanos, but then I figured, you know what? What better sacrifice to the Greek gods than to give Manolis Zantanos? You know, the one we'd have to save is Stamos. We cannot. Bob Costas, I'm throwing him to the wolves. Nia Vardalos, Canadians, got to go.
Who's the most famous Greek?
It's John Stamos.
He's the most famous Greek?
To me, he's the most famous. Who's the most beautiful Greek guy?
George Clooney's not Greek.
George Clooney's not Greek. And George Clooney can't, if they had a staring contest, dog, who's going to get hard first? Who's going to get hard first? If you do Clooney and Stamos back to back, I guarantee you, if we put one of those pulsators on Clooney's cock, that kid's getting a creeper first. I bet you Stamos will go undefeated in that contest. You throw him up against Pritt, Leonardo DiCaprio, fucking Idris Elba, anyone. Jordan, Michael J. Jordan, Michael B. Jordan. I mean, look at that kid. Natural tan. That's because there's a little Turkish rape in his family. Just like me. Just like me. Johnny, don't go do a 23andMe contest, Yanni, because you're going to find out some things that happened to your ancestors that are going to, you know, what it does do, though, it makes you a more understanding person, and you tend to understand gray zone issues a little bit more when you're here because a rape happened. Yeah. So anyway, Stamos is the greatest, and this is the first time in the history of podcasting. We just made history where a podcast was happening and John Stamos was watching live in a live stream to it, and it's what it is. So we made history. Tom Hanks got Greek citizenship to try to beat out Stamos. Tom Hanks can't hold a candle. Every time John Stamos goes over to Rita Wilson's house for Greek Easter, Tom Hanks is an insecure movie star, okay? Let's just put it that way. Now, Chet Hanks is fucking lighting up the charts. He is lighting up the charts. Chet Hanks. Now, here's my question, Drew. I'm addressing you so you can talk because, wow, Drew, I mean, Drew's on talk, he's on talk parole right now. He's on talk parole. and I'm his parole officer because our fans have put Drew on fucking notice. They want very little out of Drew, which is fine.
What's up?
Yeah. So Drew.
Talking to them.
Yeah. What were we just talking about? What was I about
Chet.
to? Chet Hanks. Now, do you think he had that song ready before he did the White Boy Summer video? Or did he just write those bars like in 7 hours and then put out a full video with all these obvious back pages prostitutes that he hired to dance around, which is the funniest part because he just acts like he's got all these friends that are black girls because his video is just all black women. He's just fucking putting their booties. Tom Hanks, do you think at some point when you meet Chet Hanks, he goes, "Yo, son, you want to come over my pop's house and smoke a blunt and watch Big? You want to watch Big with my pops and smoke a L, son?" That he's the only dude who can offer that and mean it. He could be like, "Yo, son, you want to go watch you want to go watch Castaway and smoke a L?"
I would love that.
Yeah, Uncle Jesse and the White Boys. So Chet Hanks, he just punched into the stew and hit the club after it in a black tee. Yeah, so it's a White Boy Summer is now a song that's out and the video's out, and he's also making guap videos. So I don't know if you know what guap videos are. I think we talked about them. That's where did we talk about them? Where people eat money and put money in their face. So Chet Hanks, can we just pull it up for fun? And we'll throw it in the episode too. So Chet Hanks made a guap video with about 90K, which by the way, why didn't it just round it up to 100? Yeah. He goes, "I got 90K right here." You're fucking Tom Hanks' son. We know you don't got a job, stupid. Just round it up to 100. We know you didn't get that from fucking any swipe ups on your gram. So yeah, here we go.
That's what we got, man. As soon as you get a bag, these bitches want to.
This is a historic moment. Yeah. It's White Boy Summer.
Wait, can you pause it? Can you pause it? Can you pause it? Pause it. Yeah, no, Chet, it's not a historic moment, okay? The vaccine that was created by the husband-wife couple at Pfizer is a historic moment, okay? A reality game show host becoming president of the United States is a historic moment. Kamala Harris, the first African-American, don't even ask that she's Jamaican and Indian. She is fucking as African-American as Beyonce. Becoming the first vice president, historic. Obama becoming the 100% first black president of the United States, even though he's 50% weed, is historic. Long Days episodes rising out of the ashes of the corpse of the history hyenas. Historic. Chet Hanks, my friend, my 1/3 Greek brother, Malaka. Your song, White Boy Summer, is not a historic moment in the United States historical annals. Now let's watch the rest.
Look at Tank Sinatra's comment. He agrees with you. Why not just make it 100 though?
There you go. There you go, Tanky.
Right now, this is the beginning, so I had to make it monumental. That's 90K.
Now pause it. Okay, what I love about this video is it shows how far the ghettos come, because the hood is now the Hollywood Hills or Studio City. The girls are not from the neighborhood. They were bussed in from your local strip club. And they're just sitting there going like, "Can I get my $50? Like, when can I get, okay, so you told me I'm going to be able to meet your father. When can I meet your father? Oh my God, that's Tom Hanks' son. Oh my God, I loved you in Philadelphia with Denzel. You was in Denzel with Philadelphia? You was in the background? Oh my God. I'll let you touch my pussy for that. You said me give me 50 for the, but I take 50. I take 50 for the video, but you know what? I'll let you touch my pussy for 150. Oh my God, maybe 75. Just if you could sign this and say you're Tom Hanks' son. So Tom Hanks, he beat Corona, but when he sees this video, he's going to be ambivalent about winning that battle. No, I'm telling you, son, I'm joking. I like Chet Hanks. I think Chet Hanks is a star for this era. That's the thing. He grew up in an era going like, man, I'm not like my brother Colin. I'm not making movies. My parents don't understand my rap career. They don't understand I want to do Jamaican patois songs. You know, when we were kids, they used to call it rockers, right? Rockers? Yeah, like Jamaican rockers. They called reggae music was rockers. It was like dance hall. My father and mother Rita don't understand my dance hall aspirations. But now his personality is perfect for this era where Jake Paul is like, we don't know what he does. Okay? He's a boxer / merch dropper / YouTube star / Chinese spy. He's everything. So it's like Chet Hanks is that. He's a rapper / fitness guru / celebrity, I guess. I guess this is a new celebrity. So he's doing good, and it's a lit-ass summer. It's going to be a hot-ass American summer in the news, but if you live anywhere near Chet Hanks, he got to make sure that shit is a white boy summer plus a black queen summer. He's bringing people together. If there's anyone who's going to end racism, it's going to be Chet Hanks. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if Chet Hanks ends up upstaging his father in life productivity? If out of nowhere it just drops on the shoulder of Chet Hanks, where he has a dream one night, like Paul Sarsis. What's his name? Sarsis of Paul. Paul had a revelation. So at first Paul was a tax collector. So maybe at first Chet is just an Instagram star, but then he has a dream and he has a vision, and God says to him, "Yo, son, you got to bring the races together with a Jamaican rocker song. Do it." That's put a lot of pressure on Tom Hanks's kid. The black sheep of the family, son. He already knew he was going to grow up to be black because he was the black sheep of the family. Yo, dad, word, straight up. Church, preach, you know what I mean? Yo, this is Body Club, a.k.a. Chet Hanks. Yo, you telling me I can't be doing this? You telling me I can't be doing all this bum, but you always calling me the black sheep of the family. Y'all hurt? Chet Hanks got his hand in the island's panties. So there it is. Bitcoin is controlled by the Chinese. So when you look down, you get people giving you the real scoop. The real scoop. The real scoop on Bitcoin. So that's what it is. So thank you, Chet Hanks. It's going to be a white boy summer. But we have some. We do have some police shootings going on. Let's get to the real fun story. I mean, Chet Hanks is sort of the heavy stuff, and now we're graduating to some of the lighter stuff. I think as we were recording, it was finally revealed. They finally revealed the body cam footage of the police officer who shot an 11-year-old, or was it 13-year-old, who ran from them. And now he was unarmed. That's all you need to know, right? He was unarmed, even though I think the cops lied and said he had a gun. So it's like, what is going on here? What are we doing? That's the kid. Not an African-American team. It's by the Yannis touch, which is the hair. Okay? If your hair blows in the wind, when the wind blows, if your hair moves, I don't care what you say, Rachel Dolezal. You may, I think, so this kid was, I think, Puerto Rican, was he? Hispanic. So he was killed. What is it going to take the cops? Here's the problem. The problem is the only test you have to take to be a police officer in this country is prove you're not retarded. All you have to do is prove you're not legally retarded. So what they do is they hand you a string. And if you don't get emotionally attached to that string, they let you become a police officer. If you don't start going, this is my string, then you can become a cop. And that's the problem. We need to have a little bit of a higher standard for police. And we need to, they need to be better trained, and they need to make more money. Okay, we can't just be letting hedge fund guys who do nothing for society make all this money, and cops don't make money. Cops and teachers should be making the most money. Okay, give them bigger salaries. We as the taxpayers should have a higher standard. That higher standard should be represented in the money that they make. They should not be doing that dangerous job for fucking $25,000 a year. They should be doing that job for 6 figures, dog. And free coffee. You go anywhere. Starbucks, fucking Pete's Coffee in San Francisco. You go down and get dirty, fucking chocolate-looking water at the bodega on the house, Officer O'Hanlon. Free fucking coffee everywhere you go. You should be able to get a coffee for free. Cops need to be paid more, man. This is nobody's talking about this, dude. You know, and everyone talks about the racism. Well, here you go. Obviously, it's not all racism. There is racism. Historically, there's been racism, but can we talk about all the factors? You mention any other factor, people just, I don't want to hear your Nazi talking points. Well, we see in the video of the one in Minneapolis, of course, had to be Minneapolis, right? Another shooting. Fucking. So we see in that video, she goes, taser, 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 and she shoots him. She goes, oh shit, I shot him. So she fucked up. It was a mistake. She's being charged with second-degree manslaughter. She fucked up, okay? When I saw that, I said, you know what? We need more women cop on the job. Can't we just send the women cops on a little bit of the easier stops? But this was an easy stop. I mean, what did they stop him for? Because he had a seat. I mean, what are you doing, guys? Why do you have guns drawn? But then he tried to drive away or something, right?
Yeah,
or something.
I
don't know, dude. But stop harassing black people in cars. Okay, and if they drive away, call a helicopter, follow them home, and wait till everyone cools down. Just please. So she was a woman, and you can tell from the body cam footage she wasn't trying to kill him, but that they were trying to tase him in the car because let him drive away. Why are you going to tase him or shoot him just because he's resisting? Don't kill him. Don't. I don't know. But then I guess he's causing harm to if he's driving wildly. I don't know. It's not an easy job. That's why we need better training. We need better police training. Get fucking some Navy SEALs to train these guys, man. And they should be paid more money. How can you not? It's such a dangerous job, dude. Garbage men get a lot of money because it's a dangerous job. You got to smell shit all day. I mean, why do garbage men make more? No hate on garbage men, but why do they make more than police officers? It doesn't make. Why are hedge fund managers not being in the guillotine? Tests. So we really need to start attracting better people, better trained people. And you do that by providing a higher check. Okay, people, you need your bravest, you need them well trained, man. So that one was a mistake. Now this one, what the fuck? I don't know the details because I don't want to know the details. It's gotten to the point where it's like, oh my God, I don't even want to watch this. It's so horrible. I heard the rumor, I haven't watched it yet, that he had his hand, they told him to put his hands up, he put his hands up and someone fired. I mean, and then there's also the reality that, look, there's a lot of guns on the streets. So these cops are nervous, dude. They're nervous because they know everyone's fucking strapped to the nines. That also makes cops nervous. So they draw their gun. They don't want to go home in a body bag. So it's all these factors. And I'm not saying a one-pronged solution is the solution, but I mean, dude, if I'm a cop and I'm a cop in America, okay, let's watch it.
You want to watch it?
Oh, fuck. Just only because it's a comedy show. Let's watch it. And then, by the way, Bernie, well, we don't want to watch a Dunkin' Donuts commercial.
I mean, they want to be on that?
How funny is it that the internet wants to, pause it. How funny is it that Google wants to preach to us about things you can say or not say, even if you're a comedian, but then they put a Dunkin' Donuts commercial on a police homicide video.
What the fuck was that?
It's what they call capitalizing off a tragedy. If eyeballs are going to be there, we're going to make $1. Google, fuck you. Fuck you, you tech overlord fucks. You need to be regulated and regulated now. Why the fuck are there commercials? Why is this video monetized?
Cops love donuts.
Okay, let's watch it. Oh, fuck. Okay.
There's no sound.
We need the sound.
I don't think it has it.
All right, they're chasing the kid. By the body cam footage, we can tell that the cop is fat. Oh, hands go up and they shoot.
What the fuck?
13.
Why were they chasing him,
I don't know. He probably had a taillight out on his big wheel.
Probably smoking an L.
That's a good joke. A dark one, but yeah. So we pulled you over because one of your big wheel taillights is out. You're 13. I mean, do the cops have nothing better to do in Chicago than chase a fucking 13-year-old? That's my first question. My second question is, why is a 13-year-old outside by himself? I guess kids grow up quick nowadays. Now, is there any way we could convince is this the mayor of Chicago? Can we convince her? Black women love wigs. Can we convince her to maybe tone down that forehead a little bit by putting on a wig with some bangs? Can I give her the Maurice wig?
She needs
Because she needs it, dog. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to help her out. I'm not saying she doesn't look good the way she is, even though I'm saying she doesn't look good the way she is. I'm just saying what friends of hers are not going, girl, she needs to be treated like, what's that scene in the John Hughes movie, where they all do detention?
Breakfast Club?
Yeah, that scene in the Breakfast Club where they make where Molly Ringwald makes over Ali Sheedy. That needs to happen with the mayor of Chicago, where one of her girlfriends just goes and she just comes out and goes, she squeals, and then some wrestler who smokes weed falls in love with her because now she's got makeup on. I smell a new prez in 2024. Jesus left home at 13. Good point. How old is 13 really? Well, there was an 11-year-old missing, and they found her at her 22-year-old boyfriend's house. So that happened, I think, in Chicago as well. So the United States is kind of spinning out of control just the way Rome spun out of control at its end. And I say that every episode, but what can you do? What can you do? But since we're living in such chaotic times, it's a chaotic time when you get a little relieved that a white teen was also killed by police. So they are now at least killing people like it's a Benetton ad for gun violence. At least their police homicides are looking like a community college poster or at least a network sitcom, because we now have a black kid that was murdered, a Puerto Rican kid that was murdered, and thank God, a white kid was also murdered. It's fucked up when I did get a little relieved. We can pull this story up. There was a Maryland teen, and he was a teen. The kid had braces on. They're killing kids with braces. So, and by the way, they kill tons of white people too. That's why I think what could really unite us about this need for police reform issue, which I believe is also needing for better training and more salary for them, would help is if you can unite everybody by going, hey, let's stop talking about race and start talking about police brutality, regardless of the race. Okay? Like, we should all be united that any single person who is unjustly killed by a police officer upon review, we should be outraged by all of them. That's what Martin Luther King would have done, because that's what he believed. It's like, we can't just get upset about the people who die that look like us. That's not what's going to heal America. You need to get upset about all of them. There needs to be no agenda you're pushing across. You need to get upset about the individual. Let's get past all that talk and say, hey, look at all these numbers. Cops are killing everyone too much. Let's all unite and fix this. So look at this kid. So a Maryland trooper shoots and kills teenager who had an airsoft gun. So what happened? What happened? Did you show up in his backyard and yell freeze and he pulled out his fucking squeezy easy or whatever they call those things and you fired?
He was an honor student.
He was an honor student. And what was he? He was playing with a toy gun? You can tell how old you are by how much you take off and put on your glasses. So you can, if you count these, you'll be able to guess my age.
It says he had a knife and an airsoft gun, but he pointed the replica gun at the trooper.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie. But
Can't do that.
You can't do that. But why did he do that? Is he mentally ill or something?
I mean, he's an honor student, so
Yeah.
have those.
Well, more needs to come out. More needs to come out. But, they kill kids all the time. Okay, if this kid wasn't justified, if he was unjustified, if this one wasn't unjustified, can we kill one that was unjustified to even it out?
Right.
Can we just find one? Can one of you just roll into the OC and just pluck one off for the greater good? We need to sacrifice one to the woke mob, please. We need one. We need it. I'm asking. I'm praying to God, can one white person please be killed in a high-profile, unjustified gun homicide by a police officer? I'm joking, and it's dark humor, but that's what it's come to, because we all want to unify this country. We don't want any more, we're all in agreement, man. And let's stop talking so much about the race of the people who killed, because this white teenager shouldn't have died either. None of them should die, okay? Even if he points a toy gun, duck down, don't, I don't know. I guess, okay, that one's justified. Your father was a firefighter. I'll give it to you. You're going, listen, I was with you up until we talk about the other things. But this fucking kid had to get blown away. We don't know the details, though. We just know what the story says. What are we saying there? What's highlighted?
It says, a witness saw him in the driveway of a home in a shooting stance and pointing the gun at the trooper who fired at the teenager and wounded him, Jones said Tuesday during a news conference. So,
Yeah, somebody just said, John Stamos wouldn't touch this topic with a 10-foot gyro. Very funny now, Lon. Yes, it's true. John Stamos has left the chat.
Oh, yeah. He's long gone.
Yeah, he's long gone, but that's good, you know. Or he's just quietly watching, enjoying, going like, you know what? That's why I didn't do that, so I could have a bigger career. But no, this is, obviously we have an issue with gun violence in this country. Obviously we have an issue with police violence in this country. Obviously blacks are disproportionately stopped. Drug crimes, where I really think the systematic racism is evident in drug crimes and traffic stops and things like that, and harassment, even more so than in shootings of unarmed people, because the unarmed statistics are pretty across the board. I mean, if you look at the data, they shoot everybody. It's just that these seem to get more press. I mean, is it higher per capita? Probably a little bit, but they are harassing and stopping black teens more to fill their dumb quotas. That's what happened in Ferguson. That's the real story in Ferguson, is they go to these underprivileged communities and they try to fill their quotas with stipends, jaywalking tickets, all this bullshit, because they know they can't do that in more affluent white neighborhoods. They can't stop some millionaire's kid and say you were jaywalking, because the guy will call the judge and get you fired. So that's the real story, and that needs to be addressed. And all these issues need to be taken into account. You know, it's never really a single-pronged causal issue that causes something like this. It's multi-causal, multi-pronged, and there's many factors, confounding factors that need to be taken into account. And adults got to sit around and compromise and be realistic and really try to reform this issue. And like I said, it's also a factor. Look, man, we're strapped. So for $25,000 a year, people don't want to die, man. People are nervous. They're scared. They're undertrained. They're underpaid. And also, America is fucking strapped, which I'm not saying is a bad thing or a good thing. I'm just saying that's an issue. Put yourself in a cop's position. You'd be nervous all the time. You don't know who's strapped. You don't know, criminals, there's guns everywhere. And I'm not even talking about legal. I'm talking about illegal guns, which you can often get in these loophole legal ways. Do we need to address that? We probably should. Do I understand that the right is a little skeptical of the left when it comes to it? Yeah, because they start with the closing the loopholes of the gun shows. The next thing you know, they're like, ban people. They never stop. They start with there's 3 genders. Now there's 167. So they never fucking stop. So I understand why it's hard to come to the negotiating table. Just go watch my bit on gun control and fix it, because I take both sides. Yanni looks like he has a set table at Nino's Pizzeria. Thank you very much. That came from the great Rom 212. Phew, I just joined. What did I miss? What did I miss? Seems like an insulting question. The chat is the real MVP. Yanni, don't want to say it. Yet, no, the chat is the real MVP, and I appreciate you. Good thing Prezzo Biden was the dude who helped put these drug laws in place, and Vice Prezzo locked up so many motherfuckers being an enforcer of these laws. That is true. Queen Kamala Harris put more African Americans in prison than some other things. So that's what it is. So it's going to be a white boy summer and a hot American summer. It's going to be blazing. It's going to be litty. It's going to be off the chain. It's going to be buckshot litty this summer. So, by the way, Bernie Sanders has broke with the squad on defunding police. This is crazy. Okay? There is about to be a coup in the squad. This is nuts.
He's for it or against it?
He's against it. He says, I'm not for defunding the police.
That's what it says, breaks with the squad.
Which is a very reasonable position. Okay? As you can tell by the crime statistics in all the cities where they have been defunded. It's a childish position, and it's one that you say, hey, let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater here. Okay? We're not going to defund all the police because there's millions and millions of police interactions, and you have like a few that go awry, you don't throw the whole department out. So Bernie being reasonable, but that is a crime against humanity. If you were a text friend of one of the members, one of the Beyonce's backup dancers, or Beyonce herself, AOC, as you know, AOC is the Beyonce of the squad. If you are a text friend, if you're in a group chat with AOC right now, it is fucking lit with Bernie hate. There is some questioning of Bernie. They're going, you know what? Bernie got us here, but I think he's losing his edge. I think it's time if Bernie dies in a vegan, all-natural store from a poison smoothie, we know who did it. Okay? We know who poisoned that fucking smoothie. If Bernie dies in a Vermont ice cream shop, okay? If he dies in the Ben & Jerry's original store while he's signing autographs for people who haven't showered in 2 weeks, we know who did it. AOC, you have to do what you have to do, okay? Stalin did not become Stalin before he took out Trotsky. You can't make omelets without breaking eggs. And by breaking eggs, I mean killing one particular Jew. AOC, you're up. The feature, Bernie Sanders, has done his set. And the people want to see their headliner. Turn us into the communist dictatorship we deserve. I beg you. It's the only thing that can keep order now. I want it. I want it. I want to be wearing clothes. I want to say hello on the street to other people in brandless attire. I'd love to say hi to Jesse, and all our shirts have no brand names. Government issued, brandless, casual uniforms. Okay? I want them all. I want all our sneakers to look like we got them at H&M. Just brandless, white, plain, Swedish-looking sneakers. They're not this sneaker or that sneaker. There's no Kyrie. There's no LeBron 11s. There is the AOC 2s. And that's it. Every year a new AOC comes out. AOC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I think her reign will go to about 40 before it all goes up in smoke. So everyone's wearing the AOCs. And I just would love to live in a communist dictatorship where you say hello to a person and you know that he is just a repressed, in hiding homosexual who introduces himself to you and this is my wife. And we live in that world where everything's back in the closet, nobody's being themselves, everyone's hiding and everyone's pretending because they're scared of the state. And you just meet a guy and his wife, and he just goes, "Hi, I'm a really big fan of your state-approved comedy. I saw you were opening for Kamala Harris. The Fuhrer AOC's State of the Union address, and this is my wife. Oh my God, isn't she fucking hot?" You go, "Are you gay?" And you go, "Not in this administration. You kidding? I don't want to die. Okay." I suck it up. I close my eyes and I fucking think of John Stamos. Which is probably what a lot of gay guys, if you're in the closet, right wing, like Christian conservative, because those guys who are for family values, those guys always, they need dick. They need dick like a diabetic needs an insulin pen. They need dick. They need it bad. But those guys have wives and they have children. Do you think on their go-to mental Rolodex to be able to actually ejaculate into their wife, John Stamos is in the top 3 or 4? I'm going 1 for sure. He's swarthy, he's olive-skinned, and he's got a nice mouth.
Yeah, he's up there.
Right.
They might like something completely different.
And if you don't think we're calling this episode John Stamos' mouth, you got another thing coming. What's a good name for this episode? Because I think we can't beat John Stamos' mouth. AOC is going to skip the 1777 addiction and go straight to 1777. I don't get it. Brendan, 1 to 10, how funny is he?
Is he 0.
Negative, Drexler.
Okay, I'm saying 10. 10. He's a friend of mine. George Michael and John Stamos, 1992. Hell fucking yeah. George Michael was on that list until people found out he wore his earring in the wrong ear. This has been Long Days. Here are some sponsors. And what's up to my long haulers out there? Join us at patreon.com/Yanni Long Days. The small business sponsor level is sold out, but there is a level $500 a month tier where not only will you get your ad read on the episode, you'll get your own video ad on my social media account. So go join that up. Everybody else, there's a $5 a month, $5 a month, a $10 a month, and a $20 a month tier. So go join what you could afford, patreon.com/Yanni Long Days for a additional bonus episode every week and more. Character piece videos and whatnot, sketches, all that stuff. We're starting it up. We're brought to you, as always, by Jared Z from the Stink Box, Tallahassee, looking for that hairy Yanni P to make me yeah. And Jared Z would like you to know about his website, exclusiveautoshipping.com. So if you want to move your car, this is the guy you got to see. Did you buy a car out of state or are you moving? If you're going to Austin, hit this dude up, exclusiveautoshipping.com. Okay? He's got over 8 years of experience in the moving industry and has been operating his company since 2016, guys. He's been doing it. So he'll help you ship your vehicle. And Jared Z's just a loyal listener, okay? He's got enough famare, and he's a cute kid. He's got this business. So hit him up, dude. Hit him up. 5-star business. Hit him up if you're moving your car, if you are moving. There you are. If you're a listener to Yanni Long Days with Yanni, here you have it. Exclusiveautoshipping.com. We're also brought to you by Max, Mr. Good Guy, Good Guys Refrigeration. Go to goodguyrefrigeration.com. He's up there in Palm Springs and Seattle. Those are his two locations. Where does he work? He works out of his fucking truck. So if you got a problem with your refrigerator, you call him up. If you're in the Palm Spring area, and I'm talking to you, if you're in the Palm Spring area, you know what I'm talking about. Give him a call. And up there in Seattle, give him a call if you have a problem with your refrigerator. GoodGuysRefrigeration.com. And we're also brought to you guys by my buddy Joseph DeMonte, all the way from his mother's house. Okay, Joseph owns one of my favorite restaurants right here in Bay Ridge. You got to go to it. I'm serious. Blue Agave, right here on 3rd Avenue. You can follow them on Instagram at Blue Agave Bay Ridge, all one word, at Blue Agave Bay Ridge. I mean, the drinks there, the ambiance, the food, it's Mexican. I love it. Me and my wife go there all the time. They got an outdoor patio. If you're trying to have that white boy summer or that black queen summer or that Latin summer or that Polish summer or that trans summer or that Chinese summer, whatever you are and whatever summer you're having, you got to hit Bay Ridge and go to my favorite spots. Take your girl, take your boy, take your family, enjoy brunch, dinner. I love that spot. It's one of my favorite spots in Bay Ridge. So go to Blue Agave. Guys, like I said, patreon.com/Yanni Long Days for additional bonus content. If you join at the $5 level, that's an additional episode every week. So you get the free one, and then you get the bonus. Patreon.com/Yanni Long Days, and there's a whole bunch of tiers with additional content as well. Come on over. Become a long hauler. We are in it for the long haul. It's never going to end. So I'd like to welcome our newest long haulers to the game of life. Maggie Hayden, welcome. Venetimian Square. Hall of Fame right there. Hall of Fame. Venetimian Square. Then we got James Polk. Welcome. I look forward to reading your book. Melissa Solkalski. That is a Polak. Then we got Joseph Cormillo. Joseph Cormillo. Cormillo. But there's no E in there. Cormillo. Joseph Cormillo. So welcome, Joseph. Then we got Steve Gentron. Saeed Al-Mohanandi. Saeed Al-Mohanandi. Welcome to the crowd. I mean, that's what you call look at me. I'm Sandra D. I love it, dude. I love the diversity in the fans. Yanni's $3 stockings. Hall of Famer. John Flowers. Kendall Smith. Yeah, me. Ya hurt. Maurice got canceled by True TV. Welcome. George, two-time 1945 Best Japanese Fried Rice winner, Patton. Okay. Fabian Munoz. Sounds like one of your boys. It is. Then we got Frank. How you doing? Then we got AOC's dildo has joined. Hall of Fame. First chicken finger is a chicken finger. Tina No Fumes Faye. Then we got Andrew. Welcome, Andrew. Then we got Michael Foner. Then we got Colden Pulcrony. Colden Pulcron, maybe. I don't know, cuz. Colden. Just call yourself Colden. Wasp. James Bradley. Wasp. Or, yeah, man. Lonnie Dongyes. That's a goodie. Dan Dregsga. Brian Freisey or Freik. River Coolers here. River Coolers here. Tried to become a sponsor, but you won't take my money, so here's $5 a month. There's a sponsor open right now, so I know there's like 100 of you trying to get it, so just hop in there. Somebody canceled. Julia Hrysenko. I mean, you people got some Franks and Beans last names. Hrysenko. Hrysenko. So, Julia Hrysenko, you're a piece.
They were getting mad at me because I can't pronounce them.
Yeah. Well, here we go.
They're tough.
Danny Saldano. Que pasa, mi gente? Allison O'Grady. How you fucking doing? Kay Fitz. How you fucking doing? Spencer. Sauce Monkey that drank the olive oil and is headed to Yannistown. Hall of Fame. Jake Robert. Demir Milos. I mean, I can smell the olive oil from here. Demir Milos. That sounds like a Greekie to me. Bruce Schreier. Bruce Schreier. This show was produced by Bruce Schreier. Then we got Noel Pervitin Puss Meanie. Pervitin. That's the drug that the Nazi used. Gooptar the Strong. Chrissy cracked me open and cleaned me out. All I got was the lousy clap. So there you go. Chrissy cracked me open and cleaned me out, and all I got was this lousy clap. Purple Mimicorn. Welcome. Christy Aurora. Skin flute. Very funny. That's a throwback to the hyenas. I don't know where the skin flute thing came from, but it got very popular. Nimesh Patel, what's that smell? Got hit with a fumed up spell. And make no mistake, in the taint, it is the smallest state, Rhode Island. Zach, roses are red, and so is my hat. Make no mistake, I'm tucking it back. Hall of Fame.
Poets.
Yeah, Dana Tenenbaum, welcome. That kid screwed in. Jake Markey, Joe Doherty. Sounds like a referee in like St. Saviour's. This game's reffed by Joe Doherty. Then Ricky Boner. Okay. Wait, that was 6, right?
Yeah, go to 5.
Yeah.
You went all the way to the top?
Yeah, I went all the way top. So I start from the bottom?
Yeah, start from the bottom.
Okay. Then we got Brian Summers, Sarah Eckles, Tyler Marinaccio, Drew Debs, Armando Rodriguez, Bill Clinton. Welcome. Then we got Cosmo Guzaldo. I secretly like my fumes. It's what it is. Then we got Jose Y, Mini Horse Z, Kevin Class, Amanda Tumbarello. I mean, that should go get the sauce really nice and garlicky. Then we got Mike McGuire. How the fuck are you doing? Then we got Ben. Then we got Fana. Then we got Leah Lennon, Will Perry, Nicholas Mayer, Maureen. I changed my name 10 times because I'm Franks and Beans. It's what it is. Welcome. I went Greeky. Now my fumes smell like tzatziki. That could be the all-time winner right there. Alexander Parker, welcome. Straight to the back. Chris Sanford, Garrett, Corona Escalante. She sounds like she's from your neighborhood. Thomas Lacovelli. Thomas Lacovelli? Welcome, Thomas Lacovelli. I mean, Trevor English. Welcome, Trevor. Mental illness, a little less lonely with Yanni. There you go. So mental illness, a little less lonely with Yanni. Hall of Fame. The PC police coming to take away Wei Shang King's N-word pass, fueled by the $3 Bill of Rights. Hall of Fame. Joshua Bardwell, welcome. Matthew Ortiz. Matthew Ortiz just sounds like every kid I played baseball with growing up. Andrew Pianta, also every kid I played baseball with. Amy Johnson, film fan. He's just a film fan. Here we go. Another Sandra D. Mamet Kenka. Mamet. Is that Sandra D or is that more of an Asian name? I don't know. Jasper King, welcome. Sarah with an H, welcome. Went with Giannis in the divorce. It's what it is. Well, welcome. I appreciate it. You're welcome here, dog. Cuzzy Wuzzy, who was fond of Muzzies until the towers went down. Ladder 14. Okay, what can you do? It's the Patreon names. Mario, not an FF, but a White Walker with a valid U.S. passport. Now, if you don't know Jesse White Walkers, they live beyond the wall. They're Mexican. You ever watch Game of Thrones or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that, a hyenas thing?
Yeah, these are all, a lot of hyenas. Then we got Andrew R. Hay. He has a middle initial, so you're a poet. Tim Schillen, hashtag Trump 2020. Okay. Then we got Frankie Five Angels. See, now that's the type of names I love. The ones that are unique, that come out of nowhere. His name is Frankie Five Angels, and I just like it. Then we got TJ. Welcome, TJ. Jesse Lagman. Here we go. We got a olive oil monkey here. Dino Panopoulos. Welcome, Dino. Then we got Reese, Blake West, Rory, Bibbity Boppity, Colin Browning. Welcome, guys. Let's do a little more. Since we missed an episode last week, we didn't read the names on the Normand episode, which was great, by the way. Welcome, Corey, Locust Magoo, Douglas Francisco, Mike the Sauce Monkey, married a Muzzy. Now my Italian cousins think I joined ISIS. Yanni Biden 2020. You got Jesse big time on that one. Then we got John Stanny. Then we got I look in Venetia's windows at night, but I'm harmless. I mean, too good. Then we got Adam taking that Clonny pill. Now I'm a $3 bill. Hall of Fame. The Spicer 74, Anna Marie's Ruts, Tyson Marshall. Welcome. Richard Alarcon. Rich Silva, Nikki, I might crack your father open behind the Scungili stand at the Giglio for the Flex Manila. Then we got William Kane, Brad, Benjamin Durkee, Max, Mr. Good Guy Long. What's up? Go check him out. He's one of our sponsors. Goodguysrefrigeration.com. You can email him at max@goodguysrefrigeration.com. Then we got Ari Abreu. Then we got Sean Terry's my uncle. How you doing? Listen, Patrick. It's your uncle, Sean. Then we got Aaron, or Aaron. Shout out. Then we got Mike Ortiz. Then we got Fumarki, Mark, and the Stanky Bunch. Hall of Fame. Then we got Reverse Banana Hammock. Then we got Matt. Welcome, Matt. Then we got Manny. Make no mistake, I'm a wetback, so give me that Weppa monkey. Extra sauce, no wet nap. You guys are cracking Jesse up. Then we got Edward Hept. Then we got Carlos, Chrissy D's Underbite, Gomez. Yeah. Then we got Chris G. Then we got Big Rack with a thick sack, and these FFs can't take my pronouns back. Hall of Fame. Pedram, Joshua, Ferraria, beating meat to Mrs. Pat's titty feet.
Who's Miss Pat?
She's a comedian that's a little hefty. She's a black comedian. Yeah, you know what Miss Pat is? So let me just repeat that one because I think that might be the winner for me because it caught me off. She's a chubby girl, Jesse. So beating meat to Mrs. Pat's titty feet. Yeah, okay, that might be the winner. Then we got Tanner. My dad evaded my taxes last year, so now he calls me by my prison name, Sweet Meat Mitzel. Good one. Hall of Fame. Jared Z from the Stink Box, Tallahassee, looking for that hairy Yanni P to make me a cuzzy. He is a sponsor. Absolutely, like I said, go follow his shit. Then we got Lance Slaughter, Rob's Mental Playground. Shout out, he's a sponsor. We're waiting for your read, Rob Mental's Playground. Send it to me. Then we got Make No Mistake. Chrissy was better at reading the names, but Yanni got me in the divorce. Yes. Then we got Jamie Wallerman. Then we got Diana Martinez. Then we got John Jazzjit Mangat. No, Jasmine Mangat. Welcome, Jasmine Mangat. That's a wild name. Squeako. This one's a goodie. Squeako El Brown Eye Bandito. Then we got Daniel Dab Boob. Daniel Dab Doob. Then we got Lo Sanchez reporting for duty. Chicken finger. Then we got when something's a good, tight, quick one, chicken. I call it, it's good like a chicken finger. Simple and good. Then we got Tommy Boy. Then we got Kyle the Sauce Monkey pushing down the German side. It's an Italian kid who's got a German side. He's pushing down. Then we got Bill Hipsher. And then Ashley B. Chrissy D can destroy me. She wants to get cracked open and cleaned out by Chrissy. Welcome, Ashley. We love that you're here. And then we will continue. Let's just do another one because we're way behind. So Elizabeth Sweeney, welcome. WJM 1994, welcome. Pappas in the streets, Pippas in the sheets. That's a guy who knows what my real name is. My grandfather changed it to Pappas. Andrew Swenson, Charlie Volpe, Anthony M. Colucci. How you doing, cuz? Then we got Straight Tang, Brandon Chang. Welcome. We got an Eastern Hemi right there. Then Jordan Cantor, Squeaky Nando's. Then Evan Thibault, Wormball, Jada Schaefer, Sean Fumario King. Good one. Terrence Arnold, Jordan, Rondell, Pseudo Clitty, Two Titty, who likes to tussle, wants Yanni to flip me over and tug on my love muscle, Jenkins. Whoa. It's a funny one. That's a Hall of Famer. George Bush was right. Chicken finger. Erica Elliott, JJ Cajun Crawfish Monkey with Perpetual Fumes, Pellegrin. So good one. Hall of Famer. Chris Gorman, Chris Jenkins, JJ82, Steve B, Owen, Michael, Terra Mo, Saul, Otto. Riley, reality is a suggestion, so I suggested Yanni LongDays crack open that Chrissy D for Dick and take a good long Canadian. Okie dokie. Queef Latifa. That's a chicken finger for the win. Ari here for the Yanni Long Haul Fumigator. Aaron Leaf, Lance Armstrong's cancerous testicle. Hall of Fame. Yanni crushing Clonnies in his Chobani to start the day. Dick Smackleton. That's what you call chicken finger. Janelle, Mirko, Chris Grillo, Last Kevin, Justin Gainchi, Big Nasty Cisco. Welcome, Big Nasty Cisco. Danielle Atchison, and her photo looks like she's a real estate agent. Kevin Nelson, Drusky, the libtard agate Rusky. Hall of Fame. Irv, Rolando, Corona, the third. That's the chicken finger. Rolando, Corona the third. Juan, Joseph DeMonte, my boy, go to Blue Agave Restaurant, 3rd Avenue in Bay Ridge. Brian Hannon, Kyle Byron, and Brian Santalon. So there you have it. Those are the Patreon names. Go to patreon.com/Yanni LongDays. Boom. And finally, live, come see me, New Jersey, in Atlantic City, Celebrity Theater, May 7th and 8th. It's going to be lit. So get your tickets, YannisPappasComedy.com, or fucking Google it.